Hi, and welcome to New Year, New Voice 2025. Today is day 21. We're going to talk a little bit about how to expand the lower range. And when I talk about expanding the lower range, sometimes we think, oh, well, I don't sing low. I don't need to. So why would you need to expand your lower range if you don't sing any notes lower than what you already have? One of the main reasons is because you need to learn to release the larynx fully. And by exploring the full depth of your voice, you can learn to fully release the voice, which then, of course, helps the top notes, helps the ease and beauty in the voice. But one of we did talk about chest register, I guess, a week or so ago. And this is a little bit different because the chest register is kind of how we are using our voice. And in this lower register idea, I want you to think about a place that we go rather than a registration that we sing on. So what I mean by this is to say, if you're working on this, in chest register, we kind of wanted to maintain a certain kind of sound. When we're exploring the very bottom of our voice, and today, since I'm still sick, I have a good low, I think so. So I can demonstrate this. We want to find where that bottom is of the voice and how we can start to open and release these muscles. This is not going to happen overnight. And you know what? Some of you may find that you'll kind of get like a ghosty sound when you try this, that you'll get something like, oh, and the chords don't quite come together. But that is totally okay because that is the beginning of something. So if you you can kind of chew because a lot of people's jaws will get in the way. So I want you to think that you're kind of chewing in that motion, okay? Now, obviously, we're not going to have our mouth closed, but you're going to feel this. Ooh, 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 ooh. So that you're exploring that lowness. And then you want to feel if you can start to release into that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you're feeling that release. And you may not be able to bring the chords together so that you're really making sound. So you may not get something like, oh, maybe that's just not going to happen today. But that first one that we demonstrated, that is the step in the right direction. So you're looking for a position rather than a sound. I hope I'm making that clear, in which you are looking for that hollow sound. And you're not using tongue retraction to do it. So you may just want to check underneath your chin with your thumb and make sure that you're not pressing downward with your tongue, but that you find that release. So you can, if you think about like an open O and warm air gently leaking in a very gentle way. So you don't want to actually push the warm air because then you'll get something like this. And you won't be able to maintain chord contact, and you'll also not get as low. So you want to feel that there's an O right here, right down kind of where your SCM sort of meet, and you have this little notch right here in your throat. Imagine that the vowel is sitting there and you're going to go, oh, putting that O right there. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, I told you my low was good today. So that you're feeling that full release and you just go for that gentle, gentle sound. So when you start, I wouldn't necessarily start with this, as a vocalization first thing, but as you're sort of warming up, that you tap into that position. Then you can experiment from that position. You can start to go, oh, oh. And with each kind of undulation up, you can maybe come back a little bit lower, okay? So essentially what you don't want to do is when you're trying to find the depth of your voice, you don't want to just stay low. You want to allow the pressure to release and then come back down again, okay? Kind of like a movement, it helps it get lower. So you may need to work on this as a sort of daily exercise. If you're stuck in a position where it's like, oh, then you're in press phonation, the larynx a little bit high. So if you want to think about the chords just being a little bit more apart, oh, and a ghosty sound, oh, oh, and you hear how it's almost like a hum that you get to. So this is the foundation. Once you find this place and you're working this consistently, this is the place that all of our good singing is from. Now, that doesn't mean that this is the register that it's from. No, of course, we have chest register, we have head register, whistle register, but this is the place, this is the home, this is the configuration of the throat that is going to be present in the whole voice. So I hope that this provides a little bit of more clarity, because we did talk a little bit about this in the chest voice video, but this is going to step further, and this is a really important principle to understand. So as you're working this low, feel how that position, not the sound, the position of the throat relates to the rest of the voice. Okay, that's your homework assignment, and we'll see you tomorrow.